Welcome back, traders. Welcome to Forex Mechanics. Now, this is the second video that I'm recording, a topic related to Forex VPS. In case if you stumbled onto this video, then I highly recommend that you watch the first video, which is how to use VPS for Forex trading. I've left the link in the description below, so you can watch that video first, and then you can come and watch this video. What I'm doing in this video is I'm simply going to answer questions. So what I observed is that a lot of you had asked me questions in the comment section, and I saw a lot of repeat questions, so I felt that it's best if I do like a Q&A and I just answer all the questions that you've asked in the comment section, which will obviously help you get more clarity about VPS. Now, in case if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. That really motivates me to make new videos, and I will be coming up with more videos in the near future. Right? So let's just take this forward. So here you can see I have questions which were asked by a lot of users, which was related to VPS, and some of you had some technical queries as well. But one thing I noticed is that a lot of you had repeat questions. Now, before I really go ahead, I just want to tell you that a VPS is basically a virtual private server. So what it basically means is you think, let's not get into the technical part of it. All you need to think is that just imagine that you are running a computer just like your laptop. So just imagine that you have another laptop which is running on a remote server in some other country, and you are operating that PC or that laptop or that device from your local machine or your local laptop. That is the only thing. It's just that you are running another screen which is located in some remote server in some other country, right? That's all you need to know. So whatever you do on your VPS is just like operating your regular laptop or your regular computer. There is no real difference in this, right? So here we have a question. This one is by, okay, I don't think this is a real name, but yeah, this one is by haha 666 hoo, and this person asks, thanks for the great video explanation. Thank you very much. How do you use multiple MT4 on VPS? Right now, I would like to ask you this question. How do you use multiple MT4 on your local computer or your laptop? What do you do? For example, here I have Light Forex open, right? So what would you do? You will go, so this is Light Forex, this is one broker. You download the terminal. Once you download the MT4, you will install it, and you will install your MT4, which is this one is for Light Forex, and then you will log into your account, and then so on and so forth. Similarly, let's say you have another account with Exness or IG or any other broker. What would you do? You would go to that broker's website, you will download their terminal, and similarly download it, log into your account, and you would have two MetaTrader accounts on your screen. So nothing changes. It is the same thing that you would do. So what you do is you log on to your VPS. Once you are in your VPS, you open Google Chrome or Internet Explorer, whichever browser. You go to your multiple brokers, you download their MT4, install it, and then use it regularly. So this is what I was trying to, and I have got this question from a lot of you guys. You just need to understand, like I told you at the start of the video, VPS is a virtual private server. Just think of it as another computer, which is your computer, which is running in some other country on some other server. Nothing else changes, right? It's just that using your local laptop, you are accessing another laptop. That's it. It's like a remote connection. Nothing else changes. So to answer this question, you simply log on to your VPS, you download the two MT4, you log in, and you take it forward from there. Okay. So so here Kosi Vuma has asked, what do you prefer to test EAs on, VPS instead of testing on your personal PC? Are there any safety concerns? So of course, yes, if you are running an EA, then VPS is the best option. I mean, that is of course the number one option. Whenever you are, especially when you're running an EA, or you have a trade management EA that is going on, which is managing your trade, your stop losses, your take profit. So if you have a trade manager or you have a EA, then it is best to have VPS running because it is going to be connected to the internet because it's running on a remote server and it is 24/7 connected to internet. So personally, what I use is forexvps.net. I've actually given the link in the description below. So I've been using them for almost 3.5 years, and I've never faced an issue with them because it is almost like 100% guarantee that you will have 100% uptime. Now, what happens with your local laptop is that, or your local PC, more than safety concern, it's think about the power consumption, right? So you are going to have your personal computer or your laptop, which will be running 24/7, right? What if there is some power outage and you had some EA being tested, there was a power outage, suddenly your internet connection has gone off, or let's say the electricity is gone off. Of course, we are in modern times, these things don't happen, but uh, think about it this way, that you are testing your EA on your laptop and you got some urgent work and you left, and by the time you come back you realize that your battery has drained out. So there are many issues when you are trying to test VPS, especially EAs, on your local PC. So that's the reason why it's always recommended that you do it on a VPS. There are no real safety concerns. It's more to do with concerns, other concerns such as power outage, or internet connections going off, or your battery draining out, and overall just the amount of electricity that you would consume just because you're going to be running a VPS. And if you want to test a VPS, I'm assuming that you will test it for maybe a month, 2 months, 3 months. So it makes more sense to have a VPS rather than run it on a local PC, right? So uh, this is a question from Adolf Putin. That's a nice name. So, what are the typical issues people face with a VPS, and why should we restart a VPS over the weekend? Right. So, what are the typical issues people face with a VPS, and why should we restart a VPS over the weekend? Uh, so, I've actually replied to you here, but still, I would like to reiterate. Like I told you, a VPS is nothing but another system. So think of it that you own another computer which is running on another server in some other country, right? So just like your own laptop, would you like to keep your laptop on for months together? We don't. I mean, at least it's a good practice that you always, of course, it's a machine, and even your machine needs rest. So obviously, we have a practice that once we are done with the day's work, we just simply shut off the laptop, or we just shut it down. That's how it works. So even as far as your VPS is concerned, and especially when you have a couple of MT4 instances running on your VPS, it makes more sense that you restart it once a week. So typically I restart it once in 2 weeks. That's the timeline that I use. But I always make it a point to restart it at least once in 2 weeks, because that's when you basically rebooting your own system. And the only thing is that you just have to reboot your system, restart your MT4 on your VPS, and then you're good to go. So it's a good practice to restart your VPS. If I have two MT4 terminals, I have using EAs and have more than 10 charts. Which one do I need? Can I use the basic plus? The EA I use, not a robo, I activate based on trading conditions. So to answer your question, basic plus is what I use, and basic plus should be enough because I run a couple of EAs and I run it on 10 to 12 charts, so I don't really face any issue. So basic plus should be fine. It also depends on how what kind of coding has been done in your EA, especially if you have EAs which are relatively light, they are not going to take too much power. But if you have EAs which have very heavy coding, then it may tend to slow down your MT4, or it may tend to slow down your VPS as well, right? So it also depends on what kind of coding that has been done, but typically for what you've written here, I think basic plus should be fine. uh, okay, welcome, exactly what I was looking for. Thanks, Luis. Then you have everyone. So this is by Utah Bigfoot. Everyone tells me why I use a VPS, but nobody explains how to manage the VPS and actually use the data. So I'm not really sure what is it that you want to know, but here's what you've mentioned, and I would just try to. at Forex Mechanics, I've already created VPS from MT5 and migrated my data. So now EA is running from the charts and on the VPS. Everything is running in the background, and buy sell orders are appearing on my terminal charts. And if I were to enter new buy and sell orders on my terminal chart, they would show up on the same charts as the VPS orders. This is what I need to learn. If this is right, I hope I figured out. So from what I understood from based on this question is that so let's say you have an MT4 account with Light Forex, account number is 12345, and you set up the same MT4 account on your VPS. So you downloaded Light Forex on your VPS, you've installed MT4, and you've logged into this account number 12345, right? Now, uh, if you have the same account, which is, let's say if you have the same account uh, set up on your mobile phone, so what is typically going to happen is that I have downloaded MT4 on my mobile, and I have logged into account number 1234 on my mobile as well. Okay, I even have MT4, the same account number, which is logged in from my local PC or my personal laptop as well. So what you've done here is that you have one account which is logged in the VPS. You've logged in through your phone, and you've logged in to the same account through your laptop. Now it all depends on where have you placed the trade from. So typically, if I have placed the trade using my mobile, the same trade is going to show up in in your local laptop and even on your VPS as well. Uh, on the contrary, let's say if you have an EA running on the VPS, so I'm assuming that your EA is automatically going to manage trades, open trades, close trades. Then those same trades is going to be showing up on your local laptop and on your mobile phone as well. So it's vice versa. So I'm not sure if I've understood your question correctly, but from what I understood, this is what you are trying to tell me, that the buy and sell orders are appearing on my terminal. So if I were to enter new buy and sell orders on my terminal charts, they would show up on the VPS charts as well. Yes, they will. Any orders open through VPS will show up on your local laptop or your cell phone. Vice versa. If you open something on your local laptop, it will show up on your VPS as well. So I hope that helps. Um, so if I set a trailing stop loss with my MT4, so this one is by Somto Namani. So if I set a trailing stop with my MT4 in my VPS, it would hold even when my laptop is shut down and no internet. Yes, this is precisely why you use a VPS, because especially let's say you in your area you have a lot of internet issues, or you have frequent disconnections, or maybe your internet service provider is not great, then VPS is the answer. And since you have set a trailing stop on your VPS, and I'm assuming that you have a trade manager EA which is managing your trade, then the VPS should manage it on its own. You don't even have to keep your laptop on. You can shut it down, no problem. So we have, can I use, so this is an interesting question by Avinash. Can I use VPS at same time on PC and mobile? So here's the thing. You can actually go and you can go to, depending on whether you use iPhone or Android. When you go to the Play Store, you can look for RDP applications, right? Basically remote desktop applications, and you can use it. And I have personally used it a few years ago, but then honestly, I'll tell you something, it's not going to help you, because uh, when you access your VPS through your cell phone, especially when you have to use an app, it tends to slow down a lot. So it's not very convenient to operate a VPS through your phone. I mean, of course, if you are however good the phone is, because I've noticed that even on an iPhone I did have it would lag, right? So it's just that managing a VPS through a mobile can be a little cumbersome, if that answers your question. But on its own, if you are accessing the VPS through your laptop, then that is perfect. So you can do it through your phone. It's just that it won't be that smooth. Okay, thank you. Uh, I think this one is something similar. It's by Swagata Bhattacharjee. We know that trailing stop loss is active until MT4, MT5 is active in my PC, but for that reason I have to keep my PC on. In that case, VPS can help me. I mean, VPS, my MT4 will continue. Yes, right. So you can see that you must have noticed a pattern that a lot of users had similar questions, right? So I thought of making this video that get it very clear in your mind that, again, this may sound that I am being repetitive, but it's very important for you to understand. When you say VPS, it's a virtual private server. It is as good as running another computer in another server. Think of it as your laptop, which is on some remote server in some other country, and you're accessing that laptop from your personal laptop. That's a different connection. This is a different connection. You can shut it down. You can go do your regular work. Your VPS will be on 24 by 7. It will operate whenever you want to go and check it. Just simply log in and start working on your VPS, right? So it's got no connection with your local laptop. You can shut it down. Your VPS will work normally 24 by 7. So most of the questions are on the same lines, and I think I've answered quite a few. Uh, how do I see what is happening with my EA in the VPS? Well, that's simple. You simply log into your VPS and check how your EA is performing. Uh, is this VPS server, this is by Praveen Chaudhary, is this VPS server allow DLL file function with expert advisor? Yes. Uh, your EA will work normally. It's like I told you, it's absolutely normal. Your EA will work just like how it works in your local laptop. Um, Zaid Mukadam has asked, I went ahead with AWS, but when I try to install MT5 on the VPS, it shows me to enter my proxy details. How can I guess past this? And I'm really sorry, Zaid. So this is the reason. This is precisely the reason why I use Forex VPS.net. The link that I've given in the description. I highly recommend you to use them because I've been using them for many years. And the best part about Forex VPS is that select your payment plan, select what you're looking for. Once your payment is done, within 5 minutes you're up and running. And it is so easy that you don't really have to, enter too much details. Everything is taken care of automatically. In 5 minutes, you get your details on your email. 5 minutes, you're logged into your VPS. So it is that simple. And when you the thing when you're using, let's say, something like an AWS or any other provider, then these are the technical challenges that you would face. And I like to keep it simple because I don't, I can't really help you out much here because the service that I'm using or my service provider is very simple to use. So I like it simple and I continue to use forexvps.net as long as they give me good service. And till now, the service has been excellent. So I highly recommend everybody to use forexvps.net. As far as your AWS is concerned, and entering proxy details is concerned, I'm really sorry I won't be able to help you much here. Uh, so again, similar question. Jahid Ahmed, you didn't explain about how VPS work after shutdown PC. So I'm really not sure what your question means, but like I told you, again, it's the same thing. Your PC, local PC, and your VPS are two different things. You can shut down your local PC, your VPS will work fine, no problem. Praveen Chaudhary, what if expert advisor place one trade in week and in weekend I will restart the server, then next Monday work properly, expert advisor uh, TPSL. So I think I got your question. What you're trying to tell me is that what if you have restart the server? So see, remember one thing is very important. It's a good question, and again I will. So typically I always restart my VPS on a weekend, right? So obviously when you're restarting your VPS, so let's assume on your local PC or on your local laptop when you shut down and you restart. So you must have noticed when you restart, you have to go and again restart your MT4 as well. So the same way it goes for VPS, you can't simply just restart the VPS and not start your MT4. You obviously have to restart your VPS. You will start your MetaTrader platform and then you can leave it. So if you're doing it typically on a Saturday, markets are shut. Restart your PC, restart your VPS. It hardly takes around 2 minutes. Within a minute, it'll restart. Log into your VPS, open your MT4, and you're good to go. Then it'll automatically take care of your weekend challenges. But please make sure that after you restart your VPS, you restart your MT4 as well. Can I shut down my laptop after installing Prashant Gaikwad? I think I've already answered that. So most of the questions were on the similar lines. So I just thought of making this video so that it's very clear that, again, VPS is different, local PC is different. Both are not connected to each other. How many MT4 terminal can I use in the basic version? You can use two MT4 terminals, but again, it depends on what all do you plan to do. If you are only looking at opening two MT4 terminals where you just want to keep them open and you have two EAs running on two different brokers, if it's a single EA running on two broking platforms, two MT4 terminals, it should work fine. But again, it depends on what other workload that you are doing on your VPS, right? So if you are simply running a EA on two broking terminals and where the EA is going to be opening and managing your trades, I don't see any challenge that you'll have. This is, I think I've answered similar question. But when my internet connection is not on my VPS, tells me that my connection is lost. I think I've answered this question, that if your local connection has got nothing to do with VPS, you just need, if you want to access your VPS, the moment your internet is back on, you can simply go and check your VPS. Alternatively, if you want to go and check, you can even install an remote desktop application on your mobile phone and log in through your mobile phone. Can I shut down? Yes. So I think mostly the questions were related to, I think there was a lot of confusion around VPS and local PC. So that's the reason why I really thought of, answering majority of the questions that so that it's very clear in your mind that these are two different things. VPS has got nothing to do with your local PC. So I hope I've answered most of the questions. And like I mentioned, even in my previous video, that I highly recommend that you use forexvps.net. Good VPS provider, easy to use, excellent customer service. You'll not really face any issues with them. Excellent uptime. Overall, very simple service to use. And I'm telling you this because I've used many, and I know this is the most smoothest I have found till now. And in case if you intend to, or if you wish to open Forex VPS for yourself for your trading, and I've left the link in the description below. You can use that link and avail a 15% discount. Like I mentioned at the start of the video, I want you to please subscribe to the channel so that it motivates me to make more videos, because I've noticed that until now I've made around 17-18 videos, and I've got very good comments from people, but then I've noticed that I have got a lot of positive comments and I get a lot of views, but my subscriptions are really low. So I really want you guys to subscribe, and that'll help me make more videos. Right. So I hope this video has been helpful and I've answered most of your questions. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.